Welcome guys, welcome to the first lesson live session of the day, beginning the trading week with another expectation to have a great movement this week as well. As you can see, we are beginning the week with the first day of trading week, just observing the market to see how it might be doing today. And we see that I was looking at XAUSD, that means the gold, and some other instruments such as the euro dollar and British pound US dollar. Also posted analysis on euro dollar early today. So we will keep eye on all of this. This is a very important session as first day of the trading week, quite important trading day. Let's first of all look at to see how the market might be doing here. Now what I was looking at on those instrument guys, beginning with some of the instrument currently showing opportunity, gold as well as euro dollar and British pound US dollar. And let's see, first of all, looking at the market to see overall direction in this market to find out how we can trade this instrument. So let's look at to see what we have at the moment. And this is lower time frame price action on XAUSD on gold, and also we will be looking at the higher time frame price action as well. So first of all, looking at the 1 hour chart, if you look at here, you can see this is a currently in a sideway, but we may see slowly potentially could evolve to a bull market. But at the moment, lower time frame, we can see some downward pressure here. We could see some I was waiting to see the market is having a strong break in this fair value gap. There is a huge fair value gap in that area on XAUSD. There is a candle close on the 30 minutes chart, and in this lower time frame candle closed, if we look at, you can see the market two red candle formation. We could see a move here potentially in that area on gold, and then after that potential drop, we could see potentially another bounce to the upside. So daily chart, if we look at on gold, we can see that from the daily the market is in fact approaching the daily support level. So let's wait to see how the market react in that daily support level. So far we can see the price is in this lower time frame, it's in a trend, and you can see that this is a downtrend here. Okay, so we can see that a move pullback. At the move pullback, the market is locally forming series of lower high and lower low. So in that series of lower high and lower low, if we look at here, this is a 1 minute bearish engulfer. So in that 1 minute bearish engulfer, if we look at it, you can see this is a 1 minute bearish engulfer. And in this lower time frame, what we can expect is for the market to potentially drop down here, and after this break below, expecting for the price to potentially retest that level. And after the retest, we will be looking for potential entry opportunity. Here we see there is a structure formation, and that is structure expecting it to break in that direction. So if you guys are ready for this trading day, you can say yes in the live chat. We will be looking to see the best trade possible in the market. Here the market currently in this lower time frame having a downtrend, and there is a fair value gap here, and also this is an order block. So in that order block, which is the resistance turning support here, in that order block we could see that the market is approaching and having a reaction. That's what we're waiting to see, the market is having a reaction, and once we see that proper reaction, that's where we will be potentially entering into the trade. This is an important level of support here, which is if if you guys look at it, you can see this is an important level of support here, expecting that the market is coming here, grabbing the liquidity, and then potentially bouncing back to the upside here. And if we look at here, this is a you can see here there is a structure formation, and in that structure, okay, so with that structure formation, there is a bearish engulfer with that bearish price action, expecting for the market to potentially drop further below to that support level, and as soon as we will find that, we will be looking for entry. And there is a gap open here. You can see this is a quite significant level here on the lower time frame, and if we look at here, you can see this is a very important support, which is in that zone. This is a fair value gap, and also this is an order block here, expecting that XAUSD to drop to that level here, to that order block, and then bounce back up again to create a new higher high in this market. So let's wait to see where the price potentially be heading in this market. So I would like to see that proper entry. Once we see enough price action confirmation, we can look for a sell opportunity here. As soon as we will find that, we see the market is pretty volatile at the moment. So in that area, if you guys look at it, you can see that this is a pretty strongly volatile market, and in this market, as soon as you will find that proper entry, we can look to enter into the trade. So, and here what we can see, that lower time frame price action with this drop here, the market in a support level, and in the support level, what we can expect it for the price to potentially drop here and then retest, and then potentially trend again to create a new higher high in this market. So we'll see where it is heading. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Let's look at to see where it is heading to, and based on that, we can look for entry opportunity in this market. So let's wait to see the market to show its hand. And in the meantime, if you guys are here, say yes on the live chat. I am bearish on gold TP. Look, this is currently in a market where locally downside, but what I think the long-term picture, we might see that an upside here potentially. You can see the 4-hour price action here. There is a potential doji. If you look at the daily, the price is approaching the daily support level. So my plan here is to buy from the daily level. So if you look at the daily support here, you can see this is a very important level of daily support, and that's where we will be waiting to see the market giving us that potential entry. That's where the opportunity may come. If we see the market has dropped to the daily level, before that we might see a potential reaction here, and that reaction I will not be at the moment too interested on. As long as we see the market has come back here to the daily support, that's where we might find a better trading opportunity in this market, and we'll be waiting to see the price has come back here to that level where there is a daily liquidity zone. So breaking any of this low, either to come in that zone, okay, either to come in that area, or breaking any of this low can give that that entry opportunity in this market. So this is the lower time frame here. Lower time frame on the 1-minute chart, it's trying to slowly build up the pressure here. So you can see that there is a drop, and once the market has done enough liquidity grab here, we might be able to see that the market is preparing for an upside here. Thank you very much for joining the live session, guys. If you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day, including live analysis, live update, as well as live trading session. So here is what we can see, guys. Here you can see there is a doji, and the price is trying to potentially bounce here, and in that area where there is a lower time frame price action, and in this lower time frame price action, if you look at the 1 minute chart here, it's trying to grab the liquidity, and once we see the market grab that liquidity here, we will be looking for that potential entry in this market. So we can see that this is a 1 minute red candle here, so lower time frame price action, we can see the price is in fact here, this is a lower time frame price action, and we may see that some bearish move here locally, or we could see that pullback from that area. Once we see enough confirmation, we can look for I will be buying bullish here. As we can see that the market in that area is bigger picture is bullish, so we will be looking to see potential buying opportunity, but lower time frame we might see some up and down here in that area. So whichever way the market is heading, our goal is to trade with the trend. That's the key. Whenever we entering into the trade, we need to look for the market to show that potential global direction of the trend, and as once we see the market in moving in the global direction of the trend, the flow will be bigger in the market. So let's see how it might be reacting, and if from that zone it may try to bounce, but I think that we need to wait to see the price to drop to that significant liquidity zone here. This is the daily support level. Daily support level is quite important, and as you can see with that daily support level, also the 4-hour support from the 1 hour as well, we can see this is a significant liquidity zone in that area. And if we look at this doji here, also we can see the market in that area, very important here. We could see the price is in fact quite a few narrow candle formation, and with this quite a few narrow candle formation where the market is so this is a local bearish drop. So in that area, if we look at that, you can see as we mentioned, there is a break of structure here, and that's what we are looking at. But I think that with that break of structure, expecting it to drop back here to the liquidity zone, and there is a fair value gap where coming to the potentially to the order block. We would like to see the market heading to the order block here, and once we see the price is enough to the order block, and once we see the price potentially prepared for that bounce, we can look to enter into that trade here. Are you guys ready for a potential entry? And I'm not going to open on the live any sell position. Would like to see that it has gained enough momentum before we look at that the price is giving that entry. So here is you can see it's coming to that order block, and with that there is a gap open. We may see further downward pressure here. If you guys look at with a gap open, okay, so with this gap open, the price is dropping to that order block. Okay, so now at the moment you can see the price, this drop is quite important because it's a long-term bull market. So let's target the daily support level, the market to retest and then to potentially bounce back from the daily support level. Now when the market will bounce, we might see that aggressive movement. So what I'm going to do here, guys, we'll be placing a buy stop in that area. If the market significantly bounce, we will be in a buy position, but still it's dropping, so we will not be opening any trade by market. So if the price drop to the daily support, once it's gonna bounce back up here, and during that bounce you will be entering into a buy trade here. So we'll be placing a buy stop at 3029 point. So we will be opening a buy stop at 3026.225 and stop at 3023.441 and TP target at 3029. So take profit at 3029.824. So here we will be placing a buy stop. If the market managed to break to the upside, we will be entering into the trade, and in that case we can expect a return back to the daily high here, to the daily resistance line. And also I'm going to share the same trade in the VIP community. For those who are following us, will be able to see the trade. Make sure, guys, always trade with proper risk management, which is very important. First trade of the day. Placed a buy stop here on XAUSD and 3026.225, stop loss at here at 3023.44, TP target at 3029.824. So place the buy stop and waiting for the market to get a trigger. Are you guys ready? Make sure you do the proper risk management. Here is we see the primary bounce. I would look to see a little more deepening before it finally return back to the upside. As you can see that this is the daily support, and from here we can expect today so far from that support level we saw that there is around 76 pip upside movement happen, and now we expecting that the market to again revert back again to the upside to create a new higher high. In the meantime, traders, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. So you see some upside here, and my trade is triggered, guys. I'm on the trade, running in to the upside, as waiting to see that the market is going in that direction. Let's wait to see what's happening. Okay, so we can expect it to revert, and we are on the trade expecting to go up and then hit that resistance to the daily high. We are on the trade expecting to move up, and as you can see that it could try to break again if we see that the bulls still not getting enough strength. I think let's wait to see that how the market structure is forming. Candlestick pattern formation is very important to see that it's forming that some bullish move. As the market returned from the daily, if we look at here from the 30 minutes, an upside doji formation here. So you can see that there is a liquidity gap here. Okay, so this is we might see another wave of potentially to the downside. Let's see, is the market fully prepared for an upside, or we still could see bearish move? I think we'll see that what's happening. We entered okay, so here guys, the price action would like to see that it's getting okay. So you see some primary reaction, but really expecting to have a stronger bullish. If we see not getting a very stronger bullish, you might need to manage the trade early enough, but so far we see some bullish price action forming, which is expected to have a potentially upside here. And now looking at the 15 minutes, okay, so the price action not looking very strongly bullish. Therefore I'm going to exit this trade early. We will be re-entering once we need it. So I'm going to exit this with the current P&L. I'm exiting with a minus few pip. It may drop further. We will be re-entering later. So we will be re-entering again. We might see that some bearish move here. We will be re-entering once we see the market prepared. So we are here minus around 10 pip. That's completely fine. We will be re-entering with the next trade, and that will give us so here we can see the market is in that area, and here we could see some further drop here. I think we might see that further drop potentially. The market is still not fully prepared for that bearish move. So the further drop possible. I'm out of the trade with the minus P&L. Now let's wait to see it. It is highly likely that we could see a retest of this order block here, and this order block is important. Okay, so this is an important order block, and in that order block we could see the prices coming down here, testing that that support level. We may see here in that area that the market is coming here and then grabbing the liquidity potentially to retest that level. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, well done, welcome. So we may see that downward pressure here. We could see potentially another wave of drop, and then we may see the market is again potentially bouncing back to the upside. Now here you can see this is the lower time frame price action, again looking at with a double top formation. And with the double top formation, this is a, if you look at here, you can see this is a long wick candle here. Now that's that price action that we see with this doji formation. We may see that the market is coming down here to retest that support level, which is waiting to see the price is in fact showing in that direction. And it's important that we see the price has properly retested the daily support level. This is the main goal here, is to look at the market has tested the daily support properly, and once we see the price has tested the daily support properly, that means that has come back below the daily low. If the price dropping below the daily low and then returning back up, that's where we will be able to see better entry opportunity in this market. So in our previous trade, we are out and waiting to see proper entry opportunity, and once we see the proper entry, we can look for the market to show its hand properly. In that one here, we can see this is the also if we look at the 1 minute chart here, that's an important price action. The price crossed the 20 EMA multiple times, and with that in mind, what we can see, the market is coming back below here. Potentially we could see that breakout structure here, coming back here, and then to this support level here on that one. Would like to see the price is dropping down, grabbing the liquidity, and then to return back to the support level. So we'll see that where the price is heading. So you can see this is a structure formation here, and also there is a structure formation, two important structure formation, and we would like to see that it's coming here, breaking that low. We see that that drop is important to see the market is in fact coming to the daily liquidity zone, and once we see the price is coming to that daily liquidity zone, we will be able to see the price how they are reacting to that daily support will give us really important confirmation of that market structure. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Are you guys ready for that drop here and then to return back to the upside? This drop may drop back to this support level here, which is the daily important support, and then would like to see that it's getting a clear reaction from that level and then bouncing back to the upside again for another potential move towards the upside here. And let's wait to see where it is heading. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing my all updates. We have look here, USD, some are bouncing. Hello coach, good afternoon. Francis chatting from Nigeria, good job. And yeah, let's wait to see that the market to give that that proper correction here, which is very important to look at. The market has corrected properly, and then we will be able to enter. The daily price action is quite important. Okay, so this is the daily price action, and with that daily price action, what we look at, that this market from the daily is that coming here. Okay, we see that there has been significant drop. Now we need to see the last moment a liquidity grab before it potentially revert back to the upside here. And you can see this is a strong rejection, and with that rejection would like to see the market is coming here, and then it potentially try to reverse from here. If we see enough confirmation, we can look at it, but I think that we might see one more potential drop before it managed to bounce. Though we see there is a 30-minute candle closed, and the price just crossed the 30 minutes 20 EMA, and then trying to bounce in that one. Here in that area, so you can see this is a which is a breakout here. So that's a sign of potentially a return back to the upside here. Okay, so is this reversing? Let's look at to see. I wouldn't still consider reversal. If you look at the daily here, you can see the market on the daily support. Okay, so here this is possibly a potentially a reversal from the daily support, but we will wait to I was waiting to see at least to see a red figure of the on the daily before we look for any reversal trade, because anytime we could see another wave of drop here, which is very ideal to see. Let's get some different music here to see the market giving that entry opportunity here. Okay, so here is what you can see. There is a long wick doji. Okay, so here from this support level, the market is slowly returning back to the upside here. Let's see where it may be heading to. So here what we see that the price after this initial support retest is slowly trying to bounce back up, and with that, yeah, it's slowly trying to form a reversal confirmation. Okay, so here is what we can see. The market is slowly trying to have an upside bias, but I think we should wait to see a retest of this support. We may see some long wick rejection, which is basically showing that potentially a bounce possible, but would like to see that wanted to see the market has filled that fair value gap here. There is a fair value gap in that area, and once the market has filled that fair value gap, that's where you can look for that entry opportunity in this market. Like to see it has come well below that level, and then we would like to find that entry opportunity. Okay, so it grabbed that liquidity, and okay, so would like to see that here, if this candle current one, guys, if you see that it has dropped here, we could see a very strong reaction from the buyers. This was waiting to see that the market last moment coming down here. Now what we will be doing here at the moment is we'll be waiting to see that the market is getting that reaction. So if we look at the 5 minutes here, you can see that this is the 5 minutes candlestick pattern. Would like to see that it's coming back below that support and then getting a reaction. So that reaction will be a zone where you can look for daily If you look at the daily here, this is the daily support, which is quite important daily support, and from that daily support we can expect a potential reaction in that area. So what we will be doing here is that we will be placing again a buy stop in that area, expecting the market to drop here and then to retest, return back up again. So we see that there is a downward trend here at the moment, but would like to see the market is having that reaction to that resistance line that we discussed in the beginning. So if the price return from that from the daily support, we can expect a bullish move here to the daily resistance line. So placing a buy stop here again in that area. So looking at long pending order, buy stop at 3025.685, and so 3025.685, stop loss at 3023.367, and then TP target will be 3029.73, 3029.730. so that's the buy stop here. And if the market moves enough to the upside, we'll be entering into the trade. I think we could see further down, and then we might see that reaction to the upside, and that's why we will be into the trade. So place that XAUSD buy stop. If the market has a reaction to the upside, that's where you will be entering into that trade on this instrument. So we'll be waiting to see. I think we could see after break that reaction to the upside. The moment we can see there is a local move in that area. It's going short. Yeah, let's wait. No, we are on the buy side on XAUSD. So as long-term trend is bullish, so our goal here is to look for the market, is to trade in the major direction of the trend. That's the goal here. Okay, so if you guys look at it, you can see that the major direction, that means that we saw that there was a reaction early today, and the market is now slowly coming to that level. So that is what we could see, that another momentum. Let's delete those lines here. Okay, so you can see that here is, if the price coming here, breaking this low, okay, and that's where we could see that trend in this market. There's a long wick doji. Would like to see that it's bouncing back up, and then once we see the enough bounce, we can look for that market to trade in the major direction. Okay, so all right, so our my trade is triggered on XAUSD buy trade. We see that the reaction from that level. So I'm on the trade, guys, buy trade again. So let's now to see, we may see now a potential reaction to the upside here, as the price has moved that level, which that is expecting, unless we enter Now as the daily, if you look at the daily, the daily support is important. So we see some reaction, because if the market managed to break that structure, if it is breaking that structure, we might see the price is going back. This is the nearest liquidity zone here, which is a very important liquidity zone, and we can expect boom, a huge bounce that we could see that if enough momentum is coming in the market with that reaction to the upside here on XAUSD, we see that move is in that area. And in the meantime, let's wait to see how the price is reacting. The reason I place in that area is because that's where the liquidity zone, and you can see if the market is breaking that threshold, we could see that it's to return, and that reaction, because it's a major direction of the trend, that's what I'm expecting, that the reaction to be a very stronger and directly to go to the potentially to the TP. I'm holding it to the fullest. If it had that bounce, you will have this 40 pip move in this market. We'll wait to see that how it is doing in this instrument. So let's wait for the market to show its hand. Okay, we can see that move, gap open, and we are on the trade. Let's wait to see that bounce. If it bounced, then we could see that boom, big move to the upside here. Are you guys with me? Thank you. We see that quite a few pips improvement here, and we see around 12 pip up. Now if it is maintaining that bullish market structure, we might see that ultimately even going back here. That's a reaction, as I mentioned, guys. Okay, so we see that the market is had a reaction. We are on the right track. Let's keep holding it. As I mentioned, when the market giving us, we have to take the big one so that we can have enough in our that's a bounce. As I mentioned, guys, let's hold it to see that the market is going to our TP. We see some long wick candles being formed, but the price action is bullish. As it is a daily level, as I mentioned, it might just go back even to 3031 or even above this level. So let's wait to see our TP. We wouldn't be too much greedy here. We'll take our profit at 3029, which will give us almost 42 pip. Not bad, isn't it? 42 pip on gold. It's pretty good one. Okay, we see that there is a long wick and still expecting it to remain bullish, as there is a reaction, expecting it to go back to 3029 even above. Let's wait to see the market. As you can see, the price action is in fact still showing that bullish momentum in that area. So there is some pullback here, and I would consider it still a pullback, as yeah, you can see that reaction again, returning back, trying to back up again. Okay, so there is a bullish engulfer here, and moving back up, waiting to see that hitting the TP target. Guys, are you ready for a big one? If you guys are ready, make sure you like this stream. This is the best stream in this whole YouTube platform, so make sure you take note on that, and also wait to see that how the market is reacting, and we are potentially taking that profit here. And also anything can happen in trading, so make sure also you do the proper risk management. Anytime the market could reverse and return back to the support level again for liquidity grab, which is happen over and over again in the market. So it is always a good idea is to keep the risk low, and then wait for the best setup. You're gonna take the TP here, you're out 20 pip. I still want to keep running. Still want to keep running here, and okay, so still would like to see it's moving in that direction. Okay, here we see some pullback, and at the moment we have enough profit running. We can take, or we can keep running. Let's wait to see how this candle is closing. If it is closing, the buyers is still active, we can keep that trade holding on. This is a very interesting candlestick pattern on the 5 minutes chart, a very long week doji. Okay, getting some reaction, which is important to look at. Would like to see that it's bullish here. Okay, so you can see there is a 5 minutes again, a long week candle. The possibility to continuation is still higher, so I'm still holding it, and it might have a new higher high. They're expecting it to move up and then hitting that TP target, and if the next candle goes up, we could see that new higher high in this market. You guys ready for the TP hit? Potentially expecting. So it's a good idea to stay optimistic, but at the same time fully prepared for any potential downside. And I'm also ready for to close if needed once we see that any reversal, we could see that to close. And but at the moment so far we see that the price action is still showing that bullish, but as I mentioned, you can see there is a long week candle has created. Was expecting to see this candle closed above, but we see there is a reaction here. So that reaction, now if it is a weak fill, if it is going up and feeling that weak, if it is a weak fill, that's a good one to look at. You know, if not, then you can see it's getting some reaction from that high, which is looking at the 5 minutes here, which is a doji, and it may come for a break of structure here. We'll be running, let's wait to see. There is also 30 minutes candle closed. It may grab more liquidity here. Now here is the price tested the 20 EMA. Okay, so there is a candle close here, and so the price almost has come back to that support. We would like to see that we need to close in profit. So because we are out of the trade, I'm going exiting the trade at entry, exiting because it just has got a rejection. Don't want to go to the minus. As you can see, it just has got rejection from the top. It happens, guys, sometimes. So it may now, let's wait to see. This is also break even. Let's wait to see what the market is trying to do here. If you look at the 4 hour again and the daily, so especially I was looking at daily, we saw the reaction and again return back. So from that point of view, 4 hour looks little bearish, but daily price action were in the support. And in this area here, okay, so looking at the lower time frame here, the 1 minute chart, for us to go for bull trade again, it just, you can see from here it failed to create a new higher high here. So the question is it dropping further here, or it's coming here to the support level? Now what we can see that in this area for the market here, now there is a rejection from the top. Okay, that's a rejection from the top. There is a bearish pressure here. The market from that zone has got a rejection, so you could see that it may now break this low here potentially, and once we see the price has broken that low, we could see that the price to again return in the major direction. So short-term perspective, possible for a short-term drop here on XAUSD. Okay, what kind of reaction here? Let's see. We need to wait for the market to reorganize. Would like to see how it might be doing, and if you guys look at it, you can see this is a significantly important market here. So looking at the doji here, a long wick doji. This is, we need to look at it's a bull or bear market. Still not fully prepared for any directional bias. Welcome guys, hope that there is a lot of spamming guys, don't make too many messages. Bounce back from here, thank you. Welcome. Okay, here is now you can see that in that area this is a very interesting structure. You can see red green red green red green, completely sideways. Very interesting structure, but that ultimately could lead that price to the major direction. Okay, so 4 hour candle is closing in just a couple of minutes, and daily price is, you can see that whenever coming to the daily support, because the major trend is up, my bias here is on the daily perspective. Okay, so my bias here is to the upside in the major direction. So you can see it's trying to push back to the upside here. Okay, so we, the most important part for us to, as a trader, to look at the market that is trending, and we see that there are slower up and down, a lot of movement that we can see, but until we see the price has given us the proper entry opportunity, we just need to be patient here. We saw that a very strong movement in our previous trade, but ultimately it just failed to go to the full TP. But once we see that again opportunity arised, we will be able to enter into that trade. Now here is, you can see that it's trying to move again in the major direction. So we'll be waiting to see how it might be reacting in that area. There's a doji here again. Also there is a long wick. You guys look at it, you can see from here it's trying to revert back to the upside here, and with this doji we could see that the market to return again. The daily chart here is quite important support level. This is a, what I would say, the very nasty sideways movement here in that area, but we still can expect it to break in one direction. So for me, I think we could see that the bias to the upside, we might see that breakout. As we are in our second trade, we were directionally correct in that, but as you can see, the the market is not getting enough fuel uh, because of the liquidity that it needs for this kind of structure to be broken. And here we can expect, if we see that, I wouldn't say expect, if we see the market like that had a very unusual drop and a return, that's where it prepared for that big move. That's where we will be waiting to see the market is doing that, especially if you look at the daily here, which is an important support level. And let's wait to see how the market is reacting, and based on that we can look for entry opportunity in this market. This is a non-tradable market at the moment, but we'll see that when it prepared. Now if you look at the 1 hour again, we see that long wick candle. We see that there is a narrow doji here, is still showing that possibly to have a short-term trend. This is a very narrow at the moment. This is trading in a very narrow range. We'll be waiting to see that how it might be doing in that area. And okay guys, so what we see that it's okay, so we see a reaction from that level, and that might lead some bearish movement here. Okay, so what kind of price action is forming now, guys? At the moment you can see that in that area here, and they're very interesting in that area. From 30 minutes, as I mentioned earlier, we could see that there has been stronger drop. So here we can see from this resistance line to see that it's we may see now a retest of the daily support. So we're waiting to see the market to come back, penetrate the daily low, and once we see that the price has done enough drop to the daily support, we could see that the market is potentially coming here to the daily support and then to return back again in the major direction. There is a 1 minute bearish engulfer here, so would like to see that it's breaking below. We may see now potential break below here, and coming back in that direction for a bigger drop here, wanting to see that it's coming to the testing the daily support, and then once we see that the price has dropped back below the daily support, we can look for an entry once we see enough confirmation in this market. This is what we need to see the market has done, and yeah, this is where it has broken that support, so we may see that that drop here to the daily support level, wanting to see that it's coming back here to the daily support, which is very important to look at. And this kind of drop is important because when you see that a bigger drop in one direction, that's where the market prepared for a potential reversal. So here the market is potentially preparing for that drop. Okay, so waiting to see that breakdown here to retest the daily low. So it is going down, is likely to go down. That's the law of trading. Now, yeah, potential for downward. It is ready for the drop here. Okay, now that drop is in that direction. I mentioned before, it's in that drop and it's gonna potentially breaking that support level. So here still there is possible for the market to move back down for another wave of drop before it finally potentially to return or come back here again for another. And you can see that it's where the market is. Now you can see a couple of long wick candle, but it's still it's in a bearish move. Here we can see this is the daily price action. The price almost to the daily support level, and from that daily support, if we see that the price action on the 4 hour that we see, it's literally fully showing that further bearish possible. That's why the market multi-time frame is little confusing here, and we will be waiting to see the market is in fact showing its potential direction. And then once we see that market has shown its direction, that's why we will be entering into that trade here. So see that where it is heading to. And you can see that here there is a long wick. You can see there is a doji here as well. So we would like to see that the market is now you can see with the drop, this is the 1 minute chart, from the daily support level, it is still bearish. You can see that here, and the price below the daily low. So let's look at the today's low here, and this is the daily opening and closing, exactly at the opening and closing. So as this market managed to break below, it is possible for two probable scenario: one, directly go back to the daily low here and then to return, or the market to reverse from here. Let's wait to see what is likely to happen. Until we see that clear confirmation for a reversal, so that's a good idea to wait to see that proper entry. And okay, there is a long wick there is a long bullish rejection here. Now the question is this bullish rejection is potentially moving up or coming back again to the support level here? You can see it's getting some reaction again, and as it is a falling market, it is possible for the price to remain still bearish. Okay, so we can see still probability for further bearish move here. And as you can see, this is the 1 minute price action here in a falling market. So that price may drop back to the support level to have another retest here, and then once we see that enough break below, we could see from that level again returning back to the upside here. So to see the market to show potential reaction in that area. So you can see that it's coming towards the major direction as we discussed, so we could see that potential trend continuation in this market. So it is possible for the market to continue to drop here. Patience is key, and so we see the break of support, and that break of support, okay, here is a break of support, and from that break of support we could see that continuation or return. Which one is potentially prevalent here? We'll see that. Drop well below the daily support, and you can see that it's getting some reaction, but I would really prefer to see that the market has tested the daily low before we look for suitable entry here. You can see from here getting a reaction. which literally okay, there is a red bearish candle, and from that zone the market slowly trying to break below. There is a long week doji here as well. So okay, getting some reaction here, and that reaction is question is reversal or pullback. This is a very important question. More often I ask, is it a reversal or a pullback? Understanding reversal and pullback is very important as a trader. And if you look at here this kind of market where the price bounce or work from the important support or resistance, we need to wait to see the market to show proper directional bias before we enter. And the pullback or the reversal that we understand from the major direction and the price action confirmation that we can see after the market to show that proper direction. So if you look at here, you can see that this is literally a very strong bull market, and in this bull market, whenever we see this kind of reaction, our bias is potentially long term to the upside. But what we can see here, that the price locally had a breakdown. We saw the local downtrend, and with that local downtrend, if we look at here, you can see the market is in that area, and Okay, here guys, we can see that after break of structure, it's trying to pull back. Now this move could show that potential um, a reverse, but you can see that this is a daily low that we discussed. Now from the daily low, either the market is going back up to the daily resistance line or coming from that daily support line. So this is what we are looking at the moment to see how it could be doing here. Okay, getting some bullish reaction in that area. So here we can see some bullish price action. So we may see some potentially upside here. Let's wait to see if that is bringing any opportunity for us for short term here. And looking at the 4 hour here, there's a red candle formation on the 4 hour. If we look at the 1 hour, there's a doji. So the bias could be potentially to the upside, and for me to find an entry, we for the 1 minute again, it's a narrow doji. And it's a rejection from the top. Okay, so here we see that a reaction from the top. When you see the market like that sideways, we just need to wait to see the market to show proper direction, and that is only the way to find the better trade here. As you can see that this is a very narrow market at the moment. We have to wait for the market to show clear direction here. And in the meantime, let's look at also how British pound US dollar and Euro USD trading at the moment. Gbpusd from the resistance line, there is a reaction here, and also Euro USD also from the daily resistance line, there is a reaction here, and that reaction on euro dollar, you can see after cross of the 20 MA, so rejection in that direction. And what we can see here, the price may come back below here to the support level. On Gbpusd, the same thing. So lower time frame, we can see that both of this instrument currently this is a head and the left shoulder and the right shoulder, head and shoulder formation. We could see the price in that area coming back here to the support level here in that zone on Eurusd and the Gbpusd. So again, look, going back to XAUSD here from this level, getting that rejection again in that area. So we could see that there is a break and then has returned back in the major direction of the trend. Okay, here I will be waiting to see the trend continuation in this market. And okay, doji. If we see the trend continuation, that means that bounce from the daily level, expecting it to go back to the daily high here, which is 3033 level. Now as you can see, if it returned back to the daily level, we could see that returning back to the daily resistance line there to the 3033 level. Waiting for an upside bias. Yeah, potential trend continuation possible here with another momentum. Okay, bullish price action is being formed in that area. Would like to place a buy stop in that area, in this zone here. Stop loss below this structure, TP target to that level. Placing a buy stop 3029.04. Placing a buy stop 3029.04. Stop at 3024.507. TP target at 3033.16. With the right risk. Placed a buy stop here, expecting the market to move back to the upside again. Okay, so placed a buy stop here. If the market breaks that high, we will be in that trade. And as the price has reversed from the daily low, we can expect it to move in the direction of the major trend. Okay, as long as it's moving up again in the major direction of the trend, we are on the trade. If we see the breakout structure, we will not be entering into the trade. If we see this breakup high, then we will be in the trade. Okay, so there is a breakup structure here again. Okay, so here we can see that there is a reaction from the top again. So this is a very choppy today the market is, and here is a good idea to wait for the market to expand again when the market in this kind of choppy. It's only way to wait to see the market to expand as when you see this market, patience is only the key. Otherwise, especially one candle narrow range, this kind of, if you look at let's say the 30 minutes or 1 hour, in the 1 hour chart, it's one candle range. So we saw a bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Now it's forming a bullish, and at the same time the candle is becoming smaller and smaller. So here we could see in one direction break and then trend. This is what I'm waiting to see, but it's still not showing that pattern. No problem, we could see later with the NY session that potential break. Once we see that, we will be on the trade, and for the time being I'm still watching the price action. We are almost at the end of the session. First day of trading, you guys, take it easy, make it more and more patient, always focus on learning. One trade may not be making you rich, but you know that the main goal here is to make sure that we are learning and growing as a trader. So with that being said, thank you very much for joining this live session, traders. I'll see you again very soon together trading live in this market.